Critical Mass, February 16th, 2016. So I read this really good book, Ryan Ferguson. Now, I had read something about this on Twitter. Ryan Ferguson, bigger, stronger, faster, smarter. The guy spent, I didn't know anything about him, spent 10 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit, was released. Wrote about his, how he had to work out in prison, all this stuff. And it was a really good book. Got a lot of information out of there, just like kicked some cobwebs out of my mouth, out of my head, up to my head. And I just was like, oh, really good stuff on here. So I highly recommend the book if you're interested. Gets a little preachy at times, but who doesn't? Hey. But the stuff, some of the stuff is dead on. He says keep moving. It's basically, like I say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. That people, it's all about consistency. With any people work out a couple months, take off a couple months. You got to keep doing it year round. So, but real good book. Just read that in his latest, for the year 2014, Roger Goodell made $34.1 million. In 9 years of coaching, he's made $180.5 million. So he's averaged over $20 million a year. Salaries was like $3.5 million, and he got bonuses of $26 million. Who knows how much he made last year? I know it's $1 billion company, but when you're, I like the commissioners. You see but don't hear, or you don't hear. The quiet ones. Bud Selig, guy should have stayed an owner. He was a terrible. I love what Joe Bonino says on FAN, that the most embarrassing thing is that the All-Star game determines who gets home field advantage in Game 7 of the World Series. That's ridiculous. An exhibition game basically determines who is going to decide who is going to. If there's a Game 7, who's going to have home field advantage. That's bullshit. Should be the team with the best record, like NFL. I know the NFL, but during the regular season, NBA. Well, NBA, you best record in basketball, you host throughout the playoffs, every round, Game 7, which is crucial. Game 7 at home is a big deal. And Roger Goodell, I can't believe all that money. I'm sorry. An NFL player should be making more than him. If he's made $180.5 million, there's no NFL player in the last 9 years who's made even close to that. I'm trying to think. And there have been guys that have made a lot of money, but no one's that range. Revis has made a lot of money, does a lot of one-year contracts, but no. When your commissioner's making more than the top player, like Bettman, that's another one bad one, NHL, Gary Bettman. He's still there. But they lost a whole goddamn year. When you lose a whole year of playing, that they never really recovered from. When the Rangers won the Stanley Cup, and then they had the next year they had the strike, I remember, in '95. That they were at the zenith. They were and it just killed the momentum, and then they lost the whole year. It's amazing they're even back where they are, though they are making changes. But man, they still blew the shit out of him. And Goodell, the Deflategate and just all the shit he's doing, he doesn't give a shit about. Oh, this and that concussion, all this. He is a true politician. I'm not saying not all of them are, but I just feel like he is full of shit. I like the NBA commissioner, Silver. I think he's doing some good work there, and they're gonna have They made a huge TV contract, and the cap's going to go way up, which it should. It should. The players should get more money. NFL, man, should be guaranteed. They're making 1 year contract, but this bullshit of you get a signing bonus, and then you get a 10-year contract for $100 million. You make $30 million the first 2 years, boom, it's gone. So it's really a 2-year contract for $30 million, and then there's cap bullshit. Every other sport, it's fully guaranteed. You sign. Hey, I think they should be shorter contracts, and then make it a 1 year contracts. Every sport would be crazy. It really would be. But these guys, if you have a great year, you make a ton of money. If you don't. Should be year by year, because that's pretty much every job is in the world. Sports should be the same way. I know everybody, but you make that much money, there's a lot of security. I don't know. I know it's a short life, but hell, Jesus, guy makes $20 million a year. That's more than most people. What am I talking about? Most people. 90% of the population would make in a whole goddamn lifetime. So it's just too much goddamn money. And I know they're $1 billion industry, the NFL, but they should go to the players, not to Goodell and the rest of his boys. They should get I'm saying they get a salary, a couple million, 5, whatever, but $34 million with compensation? Are you fucking kidding me? Please. I forget, Manning didn't even make that much. What Manning, he'd have made 15, and he actually had to take a pay cut of $4 million, which he got back when they won the championship and the Super Bowl. So, Jesus, man, that's bullshit. When I saw that today, I was disgusted. So, There was something else I read there, but I've already. Oh, Ronda Rousey said she contemplated suicide after the Holly Holmes fight, and after reading her book, I'm kind of surprised she, talked like nothing, all she'd been through and all that, and you know, she's been through so much shit. I would think she'd be a little stronger than that. I'm kind of surprised she said that. I don't know. She's making movies, all that stuff. It should be good, Hey, I mean, she's was the top of her sport, so she, one bad fight, shit, man. I've had shit that's knocked me down. You got to get back up. Maybe she's just being honest. Maybe she just, yeah. I guess she was invincible, and then she got knocked down. She doesn't know she can't deal with it. Who knows? Feel bad for her. Get back up, get back training, get back fighting, or just make the Roadhouse movie. They got like 8 movies they want to do with you. Make a movie in your book. What do you have to get hit anymore for? You've done it. You were champion. You were on top of the world. Everybody talked about it. They still talk about you, so you won't be. But I don't know. I'm not an athlete. Never was. Peyton Manning probably is going to come back another year. I mean, they're going to have to wheel him off the field. He's not, sports retire athletes. Athletes don't retire from sports for the most part. They showed all the quarterbacks, and not too many guys get to go out on their own terms. Elway did. Sims didn't. He was kicked to the curb. I mean, Favre ended. I remember on the bench, his head scrambled. He was freaking with Minnesota. Namath on the bench with the Rams. I don't know. All right, folks. I know I'm rambling too much, but and Duke's playing tomorrow night, Duke Carolina, and I'm going to see Deadpool tomorrow, so we'll have a review. And Son of Saul, if you haven't seen it, I just watched the first episode, season 2. It's freaking awesome. Superstore Not As Funny last night. It was kind of but they had some shots in Saul. I can't remember the name. Yeah, that was amazing. And I highly recommend that show. Better Call Saul. I highly recommend it. I mean, it's a really good show. All right, peace out. Talk to you soon.